Hello friends, this is Cryptonian taking a look at AVAX, Avalanche, AVAX. Avalanche is pretty interesting here. Taking a look at the daily, you see that we are in this large consolidation wedge. Okay, and these consolidation wedges are bullish. Um, Now, in my opinion, what I really like about this is that you can see here we had a test of the zero point 0.5 Fibonacci level here, and that is pretty standard if something is strong. If something, usually you want to see something going to the golden pocket, down to the 618 Fibonacci, which would be one more level below that here. But if something is strong, it will come down to the 50, the zero point 0.5 Fibonacci, and then take a nice bounce. And we did see a lot of support at this area previous. And of course, we're seeing this rally here over the past few days. This is the daily chart. And it is now pushing higher. And it had this little bit of consolidation here where you had back and forth consolidation up and down. And basically, these two, you can, on the 4 hour, this would appear as a double bottom. Okay. And now you have broken out. We're testing the 0.38 Fibonacci level, and after that we will encounter the 30-day moving average, okay, on the daily chart. So this is looking good because basically, let's take a look at the 4 hour chart here so I can show you. So basically what we have here is we have some trend lines from this wedge, and we're going to take a look at, yeah, see, here's that double bottom I was talking about, double bottom breakout on the 4 hour. So you have a double bottom, a bottom here, and a bottom here, number two, and then it breaks out, and it just has broken out above the neckline. Whoops, above the let me put this line here, above the neckline here. You can see that it is breaking out. Now if it does have a pullback right here, having a nice breakout here on the 4 hour. I was looking at this one and I unfortunately fell asleep. I was waiting for this breakout to happen. I should have just bought it, but it's still a good buy because it's just breaking out now. So you can see here on the 4 hour, we did fall below the 0.78. Okay, which, in any other situation it would look somewhat weak, but not for AVAX, because AVAX actually on the daily found support at the zero point 0.5. So on the 4 hour it's a little bit lower than the golden pocket, but on the daily it's the 0.5 fib, which is a little bit above the golden pocket. That's why you have to look at multiple time frames. Anyway, looks good. We're having a breakout here. It depends on Bitcoin whether this is going to continue strongly or not, but what I'd like to show you is here on this wedge we have a couple of trend lines. We have this white line here. So as we claim these Fibonacci levels and bounce up, we'll attack this and then hopefully have a wedge breakout, which is very bullish. Now I'll go back to the daily and I'll show you what I'm talking about here on this wedge again. And you can see these white lines right here, okay, showing a resistance, a resistance trend line. Okay, so as we regain on the daily, as we regain this 0.3 Fibonacci, and we break through the 30-day moving average, that white squiggly line, and we hit this at about $92, $93, this trend line here, breaking through that, breaking and then attacking the next one at 116 and flipping that at 114, 116 into support, that's going to lead to a breakout for AVAX. So the wedge is this is a bullish wedge, and so what I'm expecting here over the days to come after this nice double bottom, you can see here we've had a double bottom here, and then we are now having a macro double bottom, which is even better on the daily, and then I'm expecting this to move higher like so, and then eventually have a breakout and go into price discovery, and that's when things get really interesting, because that would be above 137. So right now quite a ways to go. And we see here that the RSI here is around 44, and the stochastics is just turning up, is just crossing over, coming out of the oversold territory. So there's room to run, there's real estate to run on this chart for the RSI and the stochastics. So stochastics, remember, I use this for impulse prediction, right? This shows me the strength of the impulse, and this shows me the timing of the impulse. And this is, I saw this crossing over, and I saw that this was going to have an impulse higher, and that's exactly what happened. It had an impulse higher. Now, for me, I want to see again. I want to see more volume. This is a problem with the market right now. The market is breaking out. The market is getting a lot of attention, and there's high volume in like FTM and like Phantom and some of these other projects, but the other projects are not seeing as much volume as I'd like on the daily, right? And AVAX here is one of them. You can see that this volume is pretty mediocre. I mean, we had more volume previously here. Right here we had more volume when we had this nice push higher here. Okay. So this is my concern. This push higher here. So this is my concern with a lot of these projects. We're not seeing a lot of volume. We're seeing breakouts and we're seeing moves higher, but we're not seeing a lot of volume coming. And so be careful. I think the market is a little timid right now because of Bitcoin having had such violent drops, 2 drops, and basically erasing all of the gains since last summer, 2021 in July. And so I think people, rightfully so, are reluctant. But when the price action is showing you that it wants to go higher, I think that for me at least anyway, it's worth a shot to enter in a position. AVAX is a strong project. AVAX is a level 1 with a large ecosystem. Well, not as large as some of the others, but it is getting large. I mean, it's had an explosion recently, as you can see on the chart, and this shows that this project has a lot of potential, and it can explode when it wants to. And I think that we're at that point where we're just breaking out of a double bottom, macro double bottom, and a local double bottom. And so this has a lot of potential in my opinion. Trying to enter this later will be higher risk, of course. But if the market really is turning around, if Bitcoin is really starting a macro upward trend, albeit it will be slow, I understand that. We need to understand that it will be slow. Then AVAX is going to benefit and do well during this reversal because it's done really well in the past. And we see FTM is getting ready to challenge the all-time high. Avalanche, I think, is another one that can provide a lot of gains and a lot of liquidity. I mean, it's getting up there in price. It's 89 right now. Excuse me, 93 right now. $93.05. So I think it's got a lot of potential for liquidity for a lot of higher net worth individuals that want to invest and make some money. So it'll be interesting after Avalanche breaks the all-time high and goes into price discovery later this year above $140 as to how high this will go. Hopefully we're going to have a nice blow off top this year, and everyone will have a lot of gains and enjoy those gains later this year. Anyway, don't want to make it too long. There you have it. AVAX. I believe AVAX is a interesting chart. I think that it's a good potential investment. And again, do your own research. I can't make your investment decisions for you. I'm just sharing my opinion with you. And this is for educational purposes only, not investment advice. Take care. We'll see you in the next video. Please click the like button. Thank you so much, and take care. See you in the next video.